Hello everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into this webinar on how to turn your email marketing process smarter with the help of Zoho Campaigns. Before getting started, I would like to introduce myself here. I am Aravindan. I am a product marketer with Zoho Campaigns and I will be your host for today. I also have a couple of support colleagues alongside me. They are here to answer all your questions with regards to this presentation and Zoho Campaigns in general. So without any further ado, let's get started. So this is the agenda that we have got for today. First, I will be talking about a feature that lets you to manage bulk contacts present in a mailing list. Two, I will be talking about certain steps that you could possibly follow before sending out an email campaign. Third, I will be talking about various ways of scheduling your email campaigns to increase your open rates and delivery rates. Before touching upon the technical aspect of this presentation, I would like to talk about something here. If we ever compile a list of reasons why people use email marketing software, then saving time and effort would occupy the number one position. And it is pretty much understandable also, because as a businessman, you would be focusing on a lot of things and you would have very less time at your disposal. So using email marketing software to save time and effort is pretty much understandable. But email marketing software offers a lot than that, especially Zoho Campaigns. So my aim of this presentation is going to be shedding light on certain features and functionalities of Zoho Campaigns that helps you to optimize the entire process. So let me dive into the technical aspect now. As I told you, I'm going to talk about a feature that helps you to deal with multiple contacts present in a mailing list. So for that, let me before discussing about the topic, before discussing about the feature, I would like to show you the basics of list management. As you could see, this is the dashboard of Zoho Campaigns, and to create a mailing list, I will have to access the contacts module here. And now I'm going to create a mailing list. Let me name it as trade show contacts. And as you could see here, it is essential for me to enter the description for my mailing list. This particular description will be displayed across the footers of all my email campaigns. That is the email campaigns associated with this particular list. So I should enter the description for two reasons. A, it is essential for me to convey the purpose behind this email. That is, my recipients should know for what reasons they are receiving this email from me. And two, there are so many email marketing regulations that mandate you to enter your footer description. So with that being the case, it is always good to enter your description. I'm going to enter my description like June. So this is going to be my description. Now the mailing list has been created. The second step obviously is adding some data to the mailing list, and I have three options at my disposal to bring in data inside the mailing list. The first option is add contacts. Here you have to add your contacts manually. In case you don't have your data stored in proper resources, say like Google Sheet or Excel sheet, then you should probably bring in your data manually. The second option is import contacts, and if you have your data stored in proper resources like Google Sheet or Excel sheet or CSV, you could directly import that list into this mailing list. That is the set of data into this mailing list. And the third option is sync contacts. If you have your campaigns account integrated with different platforms, then you could bring in your data seamlessly. That is through automatic synchronization. So that is pretty much about it. That is the basics of list management. Now let me touch upon the feature that I have been talking about. That is the feature which lets me to manage multiple contacts present in a mailing list. So for that, I will have to have some amount of data in my mailing list. So I already have a sample mailing list stored in my campaigns account. So I'm going to use that. So this is going to be my list. It has some data already. And the feature that I have been talking about is none other than bulk segment. As the name suggests, it helps you to segment bulk contacts present in a mailing list. So first, let me name it for my reference. Here, as you could see, there are multiple fields. So based on the fields that you choose, the contacts will be segmented. Now I am going to choose the field as country, and it has automatically created two segments for me. So to help you understand the main benefits of bulk segment, I will have to compare this with a similar feature. So first, let me talk about that feature before shedding light on bulk segment. This is the one. As you could see here, I have to create a criteria based on different conditions, and the field can be of anything. And I also have multiple field options. So here I'm going to go with the country option. So the condition that I have specified here is country is India. So my contacts belonging to India will be segmented once I save it. Here in bulk segmentation, I need not specify any conditions. I just have to choose the field. Supposing you are dealing with contacts present under say 60 to 70 countries, then it becomes very painstaking and hectic for me to enter the name of each and every country and create segments. So that is what you would do with the segmentation option, the typical segmentation option, this one. So in bulk segment, I will just have to choose the field, and all possible segments are created automatically upon a single click. So once I save it, the segments will be created. Here, it has been created. Yeah. So that is pretty much about list management. So now I am going to touch upon certain steps that you should or you may consider following before sending out your email campaign. So these steps are very vital in improving the effectiveness of your email campaigns. For that, let me go to the product again. And I should be creating a campaign first so that I could walk you through these steps. So let me name it as Zilka. I will have to enter my subject line here. Sender name. And then I'm good to go. Here you could find an option called reply tracking. So using reply tracking, what I can do is I can I can collate the replies of all my recipients for an email campaign in one place. So let's assume that you are going to send an email campaign that has around 50,000 recipients. Some of the recipients might actually have the time to reply back to your email campaign. They might leave their replies and feedback and stuff. So it that being the case, it would be very difficult for me to sit down and manually analyze and read each and every reply and then do the necessary follow-up. So this option helps you to spend very less time in studying your responses. So once I enable this option, I would be able to see all the replies of my recipients in a very intuitive and interesting manner. So I'm going to show you how it would look. So for a campaign that has the reply tracking option enabled, this is how the report section would look. Since I have enabled reply tracking option, an additional option will be here, tracked in the form of tracked replies. So this is how it would look once I access that option. So as you could see, there is a reply here and there are a set of emojis here. So how it works is tracked first and then sentiment analysis is done. So through that sentiment analysis, each and every word present in the reply is studied and understood by the programming capabilities of the product. So based on that, your replies are classified according to the different levels of positivity. So good or bad, they are classified using these emojis. So that is that about reply tracking. Next up, let me continue with the campaign creation part so that I could talk about a couple of features which may be very helpful in increasing the effectivity of your email campaign. Now for creating a newsletter, I am going to go with one of the pre-designed templates that Zoho Campaigns offers. As you could see, there are multiple categories and you could just handpick one and do your editing. I'm going to go with this template. So now I'm going to talk about two features, and those are nothing but dynamic content and email polls. Using dynamic content, I can create multiple versions of my message under one email. So it will be better off if I can explain this with a scenario. So now let's consider that I work for a company called Zilker. Zilker has an event coming up. Let's assume that the event is going to take place across multiple cities in India. So there are 5 different cities and there are 5 different venues. So now, although the venues and regions differ, the essence of my email is the same. That is event announcement. So now I'm going to craft an email that focuses on people living under 5 different cities. So let me show you how it is done. I can specify different conditions here. So I am going to go with 5 different conditions since I have 5 cities here. Let me enter the name of the cities. So now since I am focusing on different cities, I have to go with the city tag. So it is the same for all the 5 conditions. So now I can proceed. So now here I have to craft individual venue details for each and every city. So let me enter some sample content here. So the same applies to all other cities as well. So my contacts belonging to Chennai region will be able to see the main content along with the venue details, and likewise it is the same for other regions also. For my contacts to be able to see this content, their geographical information must be there with me. So if I don't have their locality information, then a default content will be displayed, the content which I specify here. So I have the option of customizing and editing the default content also. So this is done. And the next feature that I am going to talk about is email polls. It is always essential to have the interactivity between you and your recipients. Sending out promotional campaigns, coupon campaigns alone won't fetch you good returns. Polls are something which helps me to engage my contacts with questions, and it would also help me to get to know their preferences and needs. I can create two different type of polls. One is the conventional type, that is the bullets and numbers, and the other one is emoji based. So basically I will have to choose the number of answers. So I have the option of customizing the answers. So this is how I will have to enter my answers, and then once I am happy with this, I could proceed to the next step. Sorry, I have missed out to enter the question. I can also set different messages for different actions that my contacts might take. So this is the thank you message. And if a contact tries again to engage with this poll, then this message will be displayed. And if the poll is expired, when a contact tries to access it, then this message will be displayed. So I have the option of customizing the entire list of messages, and I can also set the date of expiry. Under emoji based polls, I will have different emojis, and I can define the meaning for each and every one. So all you have to do is just pick the emojis that you feel should be displayed in the poll, and then define different meaning for them. Once I choose the size and the looks, I am ready to go to the next step. The response messages can be customized here also. And once I select the expiry date, I will be good to go. So that is that about dynamic content and polls. Now let me proceed to the next concept. So before hitting the send button of your email campaign, you would also want to look how your email content might look across different email platforms, because people these days use multiple devices and platforms to access and read their emails. So The compatibility factor has to be taken into consideration by you. Your emails must look very neat across different platforms, and you have the option of previewing them. You can do that with the help of email content preview option. Under this, you will have to start a litmus test. Litmus is a platform that helps you to check the various design elements of your email content. So for this, you will have to have some credits. And as you could see, I am being displayed with the list of email clients and devices, and I will be able to get my preview here for different devices and email platforms. So if at all there are any glitches, you could always revert back to your original content, edit them, and then send it to your recipients. So that is that about email content preview option. So now I would like to talk about certain smart scheduling methods that you could follow before sending out your email campaigns. With the help of these scheduling options, you would be able to deliver your email campaigns at a time your recipients are more likely to open it. So thereby increasing the open rates. So let me dive into it now. So we have got two options under the smart scheduling category, and those are recipient's time zone and recipient's optimal open time. Using recipient's time zone, I will be able to deliver my email campaign according to my recipient's time zone. So once I have the geographical information about my recipients, this option will come in handy. It is automatic, and once you schedule, it does all the calculation, that is the recipient's time zone calculation, and delivers your email campaign accordingly. And the next option is recipient's optimal open time. So using this option, your email campaign can be delivered to your recipient's inbox at a time they are more likely to open it. So this is basically done on the back of the behavior analysis. So simply, your recipient's past open rates are studied and an optimal time is calculated. So based on that time, the email campaigns are delivered. I would also like to talk about another smart scheduling option that is there in Zoho Campaigns. It is called batch sending. Using batch sending, I will be able to split my email campaign into multiple batches. I can also define time interval between one batch and other batch. So based upon the time interval that I set, the emails will be delivered in batches one by one. So the main benefit of this option is it helps me to understand the performance of my email campaigns better. So assuming there are 5,000 recipients, sending my email campaigns in one shot to all the recipients might make things difficult for me when it comes to analyzing the performance. So when I split it into batches, I can select one batch, study the performance, and then I could go on to the next batch. And that is that from me for now. Thank you so much for tuning into this webinar, and I really hope that it was informative for you. So in case you have any questions, you could always reach me at aravindan.s@zogocorp.com. And of course, our support team is there to help you out anytime. They will be more than happy to answer your questions at any given time. You could reach them at support@zogocampaigns.com.